Yo, what is up guys? Guido here, back again with another Impala video. And in this video, I'm gonna be upgrading the trailing arms on my 2012 Chevy Impala LS. I'm gonna be upgrading them with some ZZPerformance W-body trailing arms. Now this video basically is gonna work for honestly all the Impala generations and any other W-body car platform out there. As they are honestly all the same. So your Pontiacs, your Chevy Luminas, all that, as long as it's a W body, this video should work and be very similar. Now basically my trailing arms that are stock on this car, as you can see right there, they're not bent, they're not broken, nothing's wrong with them. I just would like to upgrade them because obviously cosmetically these look really nice. They have way nicer bushings in these compared to obviously the stock ones, and these things are made out of chromoly. So first off, they're super light. It's only about, I think, two pounds each of these, whereas the stock ones, I'm not really sure the weight on the stock ones, but they are just really thin steel trailing arms, and people that know, these are a lot stronger than the current ones that are in there. So it's just a cool, nice little upgrade that should stiffen up the rear of the car quite a bit, and obviously it's going to look really nice. And also too, if your bushings or whatever in your stock ones are kind of going out, this is a perfect time to get brand new ones and upgrade it. So I'm going to be doing a whole how-to video on how to upgrade them. So let's just get straight into the video. Now your first step is basically just go and break all your lug nuts loose on your wheel on both sides, and then you can jack it up and fully remove them. If you jack it up now and you don't do this first, then your wheel's just going to spin in the air and you won't be able to get them off. Now with the lug nuts broken, you can go and jack up the vehicle. Now with the vehicle all jacked up, completely supported on the jack stands and the jack over there, you can go and just unloosen your lug nuts and take your wheels off. Now what I'm gonna do is, as you can see, the stock trailing arm here, you can see underneath it's actually hollow. It's just super thin steel, so obviously that isn't that great, and plus the bushings aren't as good as the ZZPerformance ones. So what I'm actually gonna do is, if you go right here, you can see there is a nut and a bolt, and underneath here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo this bolt here, so then this whole bracket just comes down, which will be a lot easier to take the bolt and nut that's here out rather than trying to do it right here, as there isn't much clearance for, like, a drill or whatnot to go in there and bust it loose. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo the back right here. So I'm gonna be using a 1-inch wrench on this nut here and a 15/16 socket on the bolt that's right here. I'm just gonna bust that loose with the impact. So as you can see, it's completely loose now. We just busted it free with the good old Milwaukee right there, M18. So now that's loose. So now what we're gonna do, like I said, you can't just unbolt it because there isn't any clearance. So you actually have to go and unbolt that bolt right there that holds this whole bracket in. So as you can see, we have the whole entire trailing arm out. And as you can see, just the quality from this thing is just, look at this shit. It's kind of super thin, and it's hollow as well. And the whole bracket comes out, as you can see. So now you just got to break it loose from here with this nut and bolt, and then you can go and slap your new one in. But basically we just used a impact gun and got all 3 of the 15mm bolts out from under there, right there. So there's clearance for you to take the trailing arm off. All right, so you can basically see this is how we pulled it out, just like this. And you kind of want to look at the orientation of these. If you see, I flip it on here and you can see the sizes match up. That side's fatter and bigger. This side's a little bit skinnier. And this is basically the bolts we removed. Just your 15mm socket on there. And then we just used this wrench here, the bigger side, 19mm, for the nut right there. And then it just comes straight off your bracket. And here's the bracket as well. So it's basically pretty easy. It's just gonna slide back up in there, and it's basically just the reverse. You just kind of wanna see the orientation of the way things go. All right, so you can see trailing arms completely installed, how it's supposed to be, all torqued down. Now you're just gonna go in and install the 3 15mm bolts, again, right up there where it was. So as you can see, we have all 3 of those 15mm bolts all tightened back up in there. All good. Now, we just need to go and tighten the nut and bolt that went in there. Pretty simple. All right, and as you can see, the trailing arm is completely installed and torqued to spec. You can see it's all installed, and just like that, it's super duper simple, guys. And this will basically tighten the rear end of this car up pretty drastically. Obviously, it's brand new, so that's gonna make a big difference, but has a lot better bushings. This is a full solid chromoly configuration, whereas the stock one is basically, you saw it, a hollow steel configuration, which this is obviously way better. So definitely a good upgrade to do, just because it also looks cool and it's gonna yield us some more suspension performance. So yeah, that's basically how to install one of these on a W body car or a 2012 Chevy Impala. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and peace.